As you know, I've been reflecting a lot on adulthood for a couple of years now. The beautiful mess it is, the triumphs, the stumbles, and all the incredible lessons it has taught me. I have distilled these reflections into 30 core insights, 30 truths that have genuinely helped me navigate life with more peace and less unnecessary suffering.
Hi, I'm Ambar, and this is Ambar in real life. This podcast is my space to share the journey of becoming. Through honest reflections, personal stories, and conversations with people in my life who have shaped who I am. From health and self worth to love, career, and everything in between, I'm here to speak what's true and sometimes comment on some of my posts that I've written on my blog, Ambar Virtual. If you are on your own path of growth and craving real connection, welcome. You're not alone.
Hi, welcome back to Amber in Real Life, the podcast where we explore personal growth, emotional clarity, and what it really means to live life and especially adulthood with love, intention, and perspective. I'm your host, Ambar, and Happy New Year if you're listening as 2026 begins. Today feels extra special, not just because it's my birthday month, but because I'm opening my heart and sharing something deeply personal with all of you in celebration of my 30th birthday on January 17th. As you know, I've been reflecting a lot on adulthood for a couple of years now. The beautiful mess it is, the triumphs, the stumbles, and all the incredible lessons it has taught me. I have distilled these reflections into 30 core insights, 30 truths that have genuinely helped me navigate life with more peace and less unnecessary suffering. I'll also share these lessons on my Substack, Amber Virtual, this month and deliver them directly to your inbox in 3 parts. So if you want to receive them there as well as read my previous reflections, please subscribe using the link on the description box below. Today, I want to bring these lessons to life through my voice here on Amber in Real Life in one single episode. So consider these my journey notes and a companion guide for your own path of self discovery. And my hope is that as I share them, you might hear something that resonates, something that sparks a new perspective, or simply reminds you of a truth you already hold deep within. These lessons are organized in broad themes, so I'll go through them in groups of 10. So let's start with part one, cultivating a resilient mindset and an inner world that truly support us. We'll start with how we think, how we perceive things, because this first set is all about building that strong internal foundation. Number one, tomorrow is now. Embrace the present. Everyone should know this by now, but I'll say it again. Time is our most precious, non renewable asset. We often postpone joy or important events, convincing ourselves that we'll have time later to live fully or appreciate life's blessings. But this mindset keeps us waiting for a future that's never guaranteed and always just out of reach. So stop waiting for someday. Starting now, think about one thing that you have been putting off that will bring you joy or move you forward and commit to taking a small, tangible step towards it today. Number two, complaining rarely solves anything. It traps you. Because while venting can feel temporarily cathartic and human, persistent complaining without action keeps you focused solely on problems rather than solutions. It drains your energy and blinds you to opportunities, trapping you in a cycle of negativity. And you risk missing incredible experiences because your attention is fixated on what's wrong. So, next time when you catch yourself complaining, immediately follow it with a question. What's one small actionable step I can take right now to improve this situation or my perspective on it? because this simple shift will move you from passive victimhood into active agency. Number three, being happy is a choice you make daily. I've learned that when life inevitably sends us hardships and unfair moments, our default setting doesn't have to be suffering. Cultivating the ability to see the good even amidst challenges it's a learned skill and a mindset shift that anyone can develop. And it's not about ignoring pain or practicing toxic positivity, but about consciously choosing where you place your focus and recognizing the glimmers of joy that exist even on difficult days. For example, a rainy day can be seen as an inconvenience or an opportunity for indoor activities, deep work, a refreshing cleanse for nature, or simply a moment for quiet reflection. Number four, embrace discomfort. Growth lives outside your comfort zone. Our human nature often seeks comfort and predictability. Yet, true personal growth, breakthrough ideas, and profound learning almost always happen when we intentionally step into spaces that feel familiar, awkward, or even challenging. Yeah, your comfort zone is lovely, but nothing truly new grows there. Your creative energy is stuck. There's nothing that gets you to find a solution or a different perspective. So stop confusing comfort with true safety. Because while some discomfort is genuinely dangerous, much of it is simply psychological resistance to change or challenge. Number five, master your emotional responses, or others will control you. Your emotional reactions are an incredibly powerful lever. When you react impulsively, you hand over control of your inner state to external triggers and other people's actions allowing them to dictate your peace and productivity. But true freedom comes from choosing your response. While initial feelings are automatic, your reaction to those feelings is always a choice that you can cultivate. You can watch my podcast episodes on how to process emotions and trust yourself again and find more helpful tips there. Number six, your inner peace is non negotiable. True happiness and well being aren't about avoiding all external conflict, but holding firm to your internal state. When you consistently allow external circumstances or others' behaviors to shatter your peace, you lose your center. This isn't selfish, it's self preservation and a foundation for helping others from a place of strength. Prioritizing your peace allows you to respond thoughtfully to life's challenges rather than react impulsively from a place of depletion. Number seven, authenticity is your truest power. Trying to be someone you're not is exhausting, unsustainable, and ultimately creates a barrier between you and genuine connection. Your unique combination of strength, quirks, and vulnerabilities is precisely what makes you valuable and relatable. People connect with realness, not perfection. You don't need to fit a mold to be accepted or successful because this mindset often leads you to burnout and a pervasive feeling of not being enough. Number eight, the only constant in life is change. I truly believe that resistance to change is a primary source of suffering. Life is fluid. Circumstances shift, people evolve, and plans rarely unfold exactly as we imagined them. Accepting this fundamental truth allows us to flow with life rather than constantly fight against its natural current. Number nine, your past does not define your future. While our past experiences shape us, and introspection is vital for a certain time, allowing past mistakes, traumas, or self perceptions to dictate what's possible for you today is a choice. Every new day offers an opportunity for a fresh start, a different choice, and a new trajectory. You are not a prisoner of your history, and releasing the grip of the past frees up immense energy to create the future you genuinely desire, one that is rooted in your heart and who you are today. Number 10, the best investment you can make is in yourself. This might sound cliche, but it's fundamentally true. Investing in your education, your well being, skills, and personal growth pays dividends that no stock market or material possession ever could. When you prioritize self improvement, you enhance your capacity to learn, to love, to contribute, and to live a fulfilling life. Here are some areas that you can consider: mindset work, learning new skills, physical health like nutrition and exercise, self care practices, therapy, coaching, and quality relationships. So, those are the first 10 lessons, and they focus on our inner landscape. A lot about mindsets and taking responsibility for actions. Next, we move into nurturing that self relationship and how that influences our conscious actions in the world. Because part two, it's all about building a strong relationship with yourself and how that translates into how you move through life intentionally. Number 11, your most important relationship is with yourself. While connection with others enriches our lives, no one is going to take care of you, understand you, or champion your dreams and growth with the same unwavering dedication as you can. Believing otherwise often leads to disappointment and a constant search for external validation. Thinking that we can find the greatest kind of love in someone else rather than ourselves is just a fallacy. So stop outsourcing your self worth, self respect, and self care to partners, friends, or external achievements. By doing this, you become vulnerable and depending on other people's agendas. Number 12, words create life. The words we use, especially the ones that we tell ourselves over and over again, are incredibly powerful. They are the building blocks of our inner world, shaping our beliefs, our actions, and ultimately our outer reality. You can build up or dismantle someone's or your own potential with words alone. So choose them with immense care. For example, repeating "I'm always late" can reinforce that behavior in your mind. But if you gently shift that to "I'm learning to manage my time better," that right there opens the door for change. Number 13, healthy boundaries are an act of self love, and others will benefit. Boundaries are not about keeping people out, they're about defining your space, your energy, and your limits. They communicate your needs and values, teaching others how to treat you. So, setting clear boundaries prevents resentment, avoids burnout, and ultimately fosters healthier, more respectful connections. Because when your boundaries are clear, you protect your peace, energy, and time, ensuring that you show up as your best self in all of your relationships. Number 14, everyone has a different path, and that's okay. The idea that there's one right way to live, or to succeed, or to be happy, it's a myth. There are so many options as there are people on this planet. Putting everyone in the same box and labeling them as identical is not only unfair, it's profoundly unrealistic and kind of childish, because what works brilliantly for one person might be entirely unsuited for another. So, comparing your journey, your achievements, and timeline to others inevitably leads to feelings of inadequacy or envy, even resentment. Number 15, your health is an active choice. Invest in it daily. No one else can exercise, eat nourishing food, learn, or sleep for you. Being conscious and proactive about your fitness, your nutrition, your mindset, and personal development isn't just a trend anymore. It's an essential foundational life skill. Your long term well being and vitality directly depends on the choices that you make every single day. Future diseases, pain, and the overall decline of our bodies often begin with the accumulating choices that we make in the present. But if you are proactive with your health now, you'll be someone in their 80s still hitting the gym and living an active life. So remember, we become what we do most of the time. Number 16, action cures fear and uncertainty. Fear and uncertainty, I believe, that thrive in stagnation. When you are stuck in analysis paralysis or overwhelmed by potential outcomes, taking any concrete, even tiny step shifts your state because momentum creates clarity and movement directly combats the paralysis of fear. Taking action, even imperfect action, helps you gather information, build confidence, and discover solutions that you couldn't see from a standstill. Number 17, anxiety is primarily a fear of the unknown or unprocessed past. Anxiety often takes hold when we don't manage our thoughts effectively. It feeds on the stories our minds create, either out of nowhere or from clinging to elements of our past that are no longer relevant to our present reality. And while genetics and circumstances play a role, understanding anxiety's structure empowers you. We always have the choice not to blindly believe those anxious narratives. Start questioning them. Is this truly real or just a story that my mind is telling me? You can watch my podcast episode on overcoming anxiety and how to stop fear driven decisions because there you can find more gold nuggets about this topic. Number 18. There is power in saying no and knowing your yes. Every yes that you give to something is a no to something else. Your time, your energy, and your priorities. Learning to say no to requests or commitments that don't align with your values or current capacity is not about being unhelpful or selfish. It's about protecting your resources. A conscious no ensures that your yes is genuine, it's enthusiastic, and truly reflective of what matters most to you, preventing burnout and resentment. Number 19, you can control events, but you always control your response. We all know that life is fundamentally unpredictable. There will be always curveballs, unexpected challenges, change of events, or events that are entirely outside of your sphere of influence. And this can feel very frustrating, but it also contains immense freedom and empowerment because your power lies not in preventing the storm, but in how you navigate it. Your response is the only thing that you truly own. And this choice determines whether you find resilience, learn, or succumb to external pressures. And number 20, mistakes aren't failures. They are free lessons. This is a liberating truth. Instead of getting hung up on blame or shame, reframe your idea of mistakes not as something to be embarrassed about, but as invaluable information. They are simply data points pointing you towards a different, better way to do things next time. For example, consider a baby learning to walk. Every fall is a mistake that teaches balance and coordination. But babies don't stop, they learn until they make it right. Powerful stuff, isn't it? Understanding ourselves, setting those vital boundaries, and how we react to life's inevitable bumps are life skills that will help us tremendously to navigate adulthood with a bit more ease. So, finally, let's talk about how we engage with the world around us and embrace the beautiful, messy journey of it all. Part 3, This last set builds on everything else, bringing it out into our relationships and how we truly live each day. Number 21, your habits talk about your identity. Choose them wisely. Well, we often think of habits as isolated actions. They are, in truth, a continuous declaration of who we believe we are and who we are becoming. Your life isn't just about significant milestones. It's a living tapestry woven from things you consistently do, good or bad. And if you want to change who you are, start by changing what you do regularly. Small, consistent actions reshape your self perception. Number 22. Curiosity is the key to lifelong learning and greater understanding. The moment we stop being curious, we stop growing. Maintaining that childlike wonder, asking why, exploring new ideas, and seeking to understand different perspectives keeps our minds agile, our hearts open, and life perpetually interesting. Curiosity protects us from stagnation, intellectual arrogance, and enhances our ability to empathize and connect with different people and experiences. Number 23, giving back is a selfish act in the best possible way. Contributing to something larger than yourself, whether through time, resources, or kindness, doesn't just benefit those who received it, it profoundly enriches your sense of self. It helps you cultivate a deep sense of purpose, connection, and gratitude that is uniquely fulfilling in most people. When we lift others, we invariably lift ourselves, and it shifts our focus from scarcity to abundance. Number 24, forgiveness isn't for them, it's for you. Holding on to grudges, resentment, or bitterness is like continuously drinking poison and hoping the other person gets sick. It traps you in the past, consuming your energy and clouding your present. Forgiveness is not condoning the harm or saying the other person or situation was right. It's an intentional act of releasing yourself from that burden. True forgiveness frees you to reclaim your emotional peace and focus on your healing and your future. Number 25, let go of the devil you know. Take calculated risks. The comfort of the familiar, even if unfulfilling and boring to death, can be incredibly seductive to so many people. The phrase better the devil you know often keeps us stuck in situations, jobs, or relationships that don't serve us, paralyzing us with fear of the unknown. If we want to aspire to something more than mere survival, we must be willing to step into the unknown and trust that we can gain something from it, be it wisdom, courage, or a new experience. This doesn't mean recklessness, but taking calculated risks, driven by intuition and genuine curiosity to expand your worldview. Number 26. Cultivate a sense of gratitude. It changes everything. Gratitude is one of the most powerful mindsets you can foster. I really believe that, and I can testify to the power it gives people who make it a daily practice because it shifts your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant, retraining your brain to recognize the good even amidst challenges. And it's a scientifically proven antidote to negativity and dissatisfaction. In my experience, having a regular gratitude practice improves your well being, helps you navigate emotional roller coasters with more ease, strengthens your relationships, and increases your resilience. So you should really give it a try. Number 27, community is your lifeline. Invest in your connections. I've said before that we are inherently social beings. Trying to navigate adulthood alone is not just difficult, it's detrimental to our well being. Our friends, our family, and our chosen communities can also be our anchors, our cheerleaders, our sounding boards, and our mirrors to see where we can improve and grow. Nurturing genuine connections offers you support, joy, and a sense of belonging that enriches life immensely and helps you stay healthy. Number 28, life is too short for bad coffee or bad relationships or bad jobs. This might sound whimsical, but it carries a serious truth. Life is precious and finite. Consistently enduring small, avoidable irritations or staying in situations, jobs, relationships, environments that consistently deplete your energy adds up to a life lived below your potential, filled with regret and oftentimes sickness. So, starting today, pay attention to the things that consistently drain you and don't offer anything good anymore. Awareness is the first step to change. So, remember, your well being is worth protecting. Number 29, failure is a stepping stone, not a tombstone. While distinct from mistakes that are often small errors, failure can feel like a larger, more definite defeat. Yet, history has proven that every person who has achieved anything significant has also faced repeated failure. The mind shift comes from believing that failure is not the end, it's often the essential feedback mechanism that illuminates the path forward. So learn to embrace failure as a necessary part of your growth journey because it teaches you resilience, it reveals what doesn't work, and it refines your approach to success. And finally, number 30, intentional breathing is a superpower you already possess. Most of us breathe shallowly, unaware of the profound impact our breath has on our entire system, from physical healing to how we handle emotions and everything in between. Learning to breathe deeply, consciously, and with intention is not just about relaxation. It's a direct pathway to regulating your nervous system, calming your mind, and quickly returning to your center. Proper breathing is a built in reset button that we all have. You don't have to live stressed, overwhelmed, or on the edge of a breakdown all the time. Just a few minutes of intentional breathing can shift your entire state. Wow, thank you so much for listening to all 30 of these. Reading them all and then reflecting on each one out loud really brings home how deeply these lessons have shaped me, because this wasn't just a list for me, it was a journey of understanding what it means to truly live in adulthood, not just get through it, not just survive it. And I know that that was a lot, but my hope is that out of these 30, at least one or two sparks something within you, a new thought, a fresh perspective, or a reminder of your own inner wisdom. This episode is just the beginning. If you want to dive deeper into the written versions of these lessons with more specific tips, reflection questions, and quick exercises for each of them, head over to my Substack, Ambar Virtual. I'm breaking this down into a three-part series, and part one is already live. You can find the link in the show notes. And guess what? We're going to continue this conversation right here on Amber in Real Life, because for our next episode, I'll be taking one of these lessons and doing an even deeper dive, exploring it from multiple angles because some truths deserve extra time. Thank you again for being here, for sharing this space with me. If any of these 30 lessons resonated with you, please let me know in the comments. I'll be more than happy to read you and have a chat. Consider subscribing so you don't miss the next episode of Amber in Real Life. And if you need support on how to start your journey, send me a message. I'll be glad to share some time with you and see how can I support you in this moment of your life. Until next time, please take care of your mind, please take care of your body, and please take care of your heart. Bye!